What's up, Cedar Park? Check out what's in store with our new floral and FFA teacher, Ms. Kiefer.
Catch a highlight on Chess Club,
a new T-Wolf spotlight, and your top 3 things.
Turn it up because the Wolfcast starts now. Good morning, Cedar Park. I'm Abby Martinez, joined by Jack Polshik and Kylie Young in for Katie Whitmars.
Here at CPHS, we have many talented teachers and staff. Today we're highlighting Mrs. Kiefer. Payson Johnson has more.
Thanks, guys. Mrs. Kiefer, now Mrs. Morton, is always on the ball, and FFA and floral design alike. This year is Mrs. Kiefer's first year at CPHS, and she does not disappoint. Teaching classes such as floral design and FFA is no easy task. We asked her about why she chose this school and how this year is going for her.
I love being here at Cedar Park High School. I get to teach floral design, advanced floral design, and principles of agriculture. So I'm on a team of 3 agriculture science teachers here at Cedar Park High School. So with Mr. Russell and Mr. Green, we get to help train FFA teams, but then also supervised agricultural experience projects for the students. So I graduated from Cedar Park High School in 2016. From there, while I was here at Cedar Park, I was involved in the agriculture science program here. I fell in love with everything FFA, and so I wanted to become a teacher from there. I attended Texas A&M University and graduated from there in 2020 with a degree in agriculture education. I taught the last 2 years at Eastview High School in Georgetown, and then came back home to Cedar Park, and this is my first year here at Cedar Park.
While everything in both floral and FFA goes as planned, Mrs. Kiefer explains that they have bigger plans throughout this school year, including some events that have already taken place regarding the year of 2022.
With our livestock at our barn, we just had our chapter show. And so students got to show their projects and just show off what they have been doing with their lambs, goats, and pigs within our barn. And so we invited other schools to show at our chapter show, and students were very successful with that show. Within FFA, we just had our district leadership development events, and so 4 out of our 7 teams advanced to the area contest that will be taking place next week. I love how all of my classes are hands-on, that students really get to learn careers within the agriculture industry and really learn skills that they can take outside of the classroom and outside of the school setting.
And I know I've been calling her Miss Kiefer for the duration of this story, but very recently she had her wedding, so I think it would be more appropriate to call her Mrs. Morton. With CPHS News, I'm Payson Johnson, back to the desk.
Today, we're putting a spotlight on a familiar club, that being the Chess Club. The Chess Club has been around a while, and even though the name is self-explanatory, not everyone knows the ins and outs of what they do. The Chess Club is really an enigma to most, so we brought the facts into the light. The Chess Club meets every Thursday during den in the library and involves the obvious, that being chess. But other than a place to learn basic strategy, the club is also a meeting place for many students. One may think from the title that not a lot would be happening there, but in reality, there are plenty of students trying to take a load off before their next class. Chess Club founder Alex Underwood on some closing chess thoughts.
I see it more as it teaches you how to do what you're going to think about. So like with your actions, if you're preparing for an attack, you need to think about what you're all going to do. You don't want to just go head in first. Overall,
the Chess Club is a great place to be, and we encourage those considering joining to join. As a reminder, the Chess Club meets every Thursday during den in the library. Remember that there are many clubs at CPHS and that each one has something to offer.
Next up, the top 3 things with Millie, but first, this quick break.
Good morning, Cedar Park. I'm Millie Suarez here with the top 3 things you need to know for today.
First, the 2022 Rockefeller Center Christmas tree has been donated by Neil Leibowitz and his family in honor of the Christmas spirit. The 82-foot tree was transported to New York City on November 10th from Queensbury, New York. The star will be placed on top of the tree before the annual Christmas tree lighting taking place on November 30th. Next up, Travis County has $5 million going toward food access services in hopes to help low-income residents and also residents who are in critical need since after the pandemic. Travis County Judge Andy Brown says he thinks the lack of food access is a significant issue with the county. Finally, Taylor Swift fans are frustrated and upset with the rise of issues after trying to obtain tickets for Swift's upcoming tour, The Eras. Some fans complained that Ticketmaster was unable to process their payment, while others had problems with being kicked off the queue or waiting in line for hours. Ticketmaster has not said much with presale wrapping up and general sale beginning Friday. That's all I have for this morning with CPHS News. I'm Millie Suarez.
So I didn't try to get T-Swift tickets, but did any of y'all?
No.
No.
No, I saw people in all my classes like had the little queue up and it was like barely moving, but
Yeah.
I
It was-
heard a lot of people talking about
Yeah,
it.
it was every class in
Yeah.
the hallways everywhere.
So how do they know like who to send out emails to who? Like,
so basically, I think a few weeks ago, like as soon as she announced her tour, you could like register as a fan, and then you would like maybe get a code. But then people that even got codes were like getting in the queue and getting to the screen, and their codes like weren't even working. So it was kind of like, okay, what's going on here? And like all the people that are like say they're true fans are like getting beat up by like bots.
Hello, Silver High School. I'm Comic Donald, and I'm here with Jackson, Cox, and Avery. What do you like about FFA, and who inspired you to be in it?
What I really like about FFA is I just like the people that are in it and the experiences that like we get to do. It's nothing like I've ever done before, which I really like enjoy. Someone who inspired me to do it, probably my friend Chelsea McCullough. She did FFA last year and showed animals, and so I thought it sounded fun, so I decided to show up too.
How much time do you spend with your animals in a day?
So typically I spend about probably like an hour a day with my animal. I'm raising a lamb this year, and a lot of that time is spent running him and making sure he's good at showmanship. Yeah.
Is it expensive to be in FFA?
I would say that it's somewhat expensive, like covering like food for your animals, buying the animals, like getting anything you need. So.
There's definitely a lot of opportunities in FFA though that aren't as expensive. Like if you're not interested specifically in raising animals, there's opportunities to be involved in like ag mechanics, where you can do a metal shop project or learn to weld, or you could do a floral project too, and that's also a lot less expensive.
Speaking of that, tell us about the awards you just won.
Yeah, so I can tell us a little about those. So we just had our LDE competition, I think it was last Saturday, and we had, I think it was 4 or 5 teams that advanced to the area level, which was pretty impressive. I think that included our ag advocacy team, our ag issues team, our green hand, I think our green hand breed team, and it might have been one other team. But that was pretty impressive. Hopefully, those are leadership development events where students develop their potential for public speaking. And we also just had our barn show as well, and we had a lot of our showmen. Avery, do you want to tell us about the award you won?
So I got overall breed champion, like for one of my pigs. I have 2. One of them placed first, and the other placed third. But for one of them, I got overall breed champion.
Well, that's all I have the questions I have for you today. For CPHS News, I'm Comic Dog. Back to you guys after this.
Thanks, Carver, and that's all we have for you today. Make sure you're keeping up with all of our content, so head over to our YouTube at CPHS News.
You can also follow at CPHS_ for updates during games.
We'll see you tomorrow with a sports report and your weekend destinations.
Thanks for taking time to join us this morning.
With CPH News, I'm Kylie Young.
I'm Jack Polishuk.
And I'm Abby Martinez. We're going to make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.